Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Let's resume our classes. I was already missing our affairs. Let's raise our vibrations a little. Enough with so much confusion. Things will calm down, things will get organized, and that's it, everything will continue in the best possible way. In the best way you can find it. Everything will be fine. So continuing our teachings. Today, I'm going to continue what I was saying from the last class, in which I talked about myself, over us the archangels. So I'm going to continue on this subject a little. As I already said, we the archangels are an offshoot of our Father or Mother God. So we are not a piece of it, we are a part that unfolded itself so that we could come out, so that we could be created. I will use the most common terms in your language. So let's go. It was a piece of our Father or Mother God that multiplied so that we were created, not just us, many other archangels. We are not the only four who have all this power, no, there are others, many others. But due to knowledge, and the interest of reducing our power, we were placed, mixed with other angels, in a category, let's say, of the lowest among the hierarchies known as angelic. Yes, there are hierarchies among us, but not hierarchies as you know them. Not hierarchies of size, nor of power, no, what you usually call hierarchy, we understand as groups of angelic beings, each group having a certain function. So there are not those who are stronger, those who are less strong. Each group has its own task. Each group has its role. That's what I tell you. You always have to create something to understand what happens. As power always comes to your mind, what do you put it as a hierarchy? You understand it as degrees of power. Interesting. Very interesting. So, the cherubim, the thrones, the principalities, archangels, angels, there is no hierarchy of power, there are no those who are higher, those that are lower. Each group has a function. No one is better than anyone else, because this feeling does not exist in our Father or Mother God. There is no such thing as creating groups of beings better than others, no, this leveling by power does not exist for us, beings of light. We are all equal before the Father. There are no feelings of inferiority, nor feelings of superiority. This is all in your head, because you had to put us in some way, so they started inventing power groups. So I'm telling you that this doesn't exist. Each group of us cares about certain aspects of human life, of the lives of all beings. I already told you, you are not the only ones in the universe. So you don't have the archangels, the cherubim, the thrones attached to you, taking care of you alone, they have an entire universe to take care of. They have an entire universe to control. Not controlling in the broad sense of the word that you know, manipulating, demanding that what they want be done, no, it is the control so that balance happens, it is balance control, not the control of manipulation, nor control by slavery. Everyone works to keep this universe in balance, to always create situations, rules, yes, the universe also has rules, but not imposed rules. These are rules that are appreciated by a large council. So let's start talking about certain aspects of what happens around you. Yes, our Father or Mother God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, we know all this, but He's not selfish, He's not self-centered, and He doesn't even want to take care of everything. No, He separated certain groups to help Him command everything in this world, the entire universe. So there are several councils, and many of you have heard of the councils of elders. Why elders? Because in these positions, experience is what counts, and no, don't come with your limiting minds and think that because you are old, you are outdated, because what you call old, on your planet, we call elders. And these elders never stop learning, they never stop updating. So yes, they have all the necessary knowledge to give their opinion and guide what should be done in conflict situations in the universe. They are rules, teachings that are passed from groups to groups. So there is no possibility of an elder having his own opinion, because all decisions are made together, for the good of the whole. So there are no unilateral decisions, there are no individual decisions, everyone is heard. This council is made up of many people, and everyone has the right to speak, everyone has the right to give their opinion, and everything is decided when the whole reaches a consensus. As long as one of this council does not agree, the matter is not closed, because there can be no disagreement. Everyone has to be fully involved in the decision, but involved in love, in the idea that what is being decided is good for the whole, not good for yourself. So if there is one person who is not comfortable, who does not agree, the decision is not finalized. We talk again, because maybe he's understanding something that others aren't. So we are always ready to listen, and what he doesn't agree with, we analyze, and it often happens that we see something else that had passed. So realize, my brothers, there is no conflict, there is no friction. Decisions have to be made in unison. There are no half and half decisions, there are no decisions 51A49, no, there are only 100% decisions, where all beings there agree with what is being decided. Because if a single being were allowed to be defeated in his idea, that creates an imbalance, and that being could expand this imbalance to the universe, and that is not what our Father or Mother God wants. He always wants balance. So in these councils this is how things are decided. And what is decided in these councils? The creation of new systems, how the universe is expanding, how is each planet, each solar system, is analyzed. From time to time, they return to the agenda to analyze how that group is progressing. If there is any imbalance, action is taken. I haven't gotten to the history of your planet yet. So wait. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. Then everything is analyzed, calmly. So there are several councils. There is a larger council, which is the Council of Elders, which is who we will say, so that you can understand, who are the ones who create the rules, who create all the decisions so that balance happens. Very well, from there, other smaller councils receive these determinations, and this is passed on to each group of sub-councils, and so on. There are several types of advice. There are the councils of life, those that are only concerned with souls, those who care about populating the planets, those who care about creating souls. So, it is a very complex council, with what you call geneticists, to create the bodies, imagine ideal bodies, the ideal carcasses for each planet's habitat. I could even tell you that you have very close cousins, with this same molecular structure that you have, on other planets. So I can say that there are other planets very similar to planet Earth. With all this profusion of water, land, vegetables, animals, and the beings that inhabit it are very similar to you. I could even say that they are identical, but no, there are no identical beings. Each planet has exactly the appropriate being to enable it, within the zone of the universe. So this council is the council responsible for populating the planets, to populate the universe. So, when the Great Council of Elders decides, well, let's create a new solar system, very well, this order is passed to this Council of Life, and they begin to see. It is passed to them how many planets, what the planets are like, everything is fine, and they begin their work. Where will you imagine that there is a council of planets, of astros, because not everything is planets. Then the astrological council begins to create solar systems according to the zone of the universe, according to purpose, because nothing is created without purpose. Ah, God woke up bored today and decided to create a solar system. Ah, today I'm going to create a system with 30 planets. Then he speaks to the Council of Elders, guys, create a system with 30 planets. No people, it is not how it works. God does not have these wills. This is not a desire as you imagine. I'm bored, I'm going to do something. No, 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 that's not it. Everything has a purpose, everything has a reason. So all the stars, all the galaxies, all the solar systems. Because not all systems are solar. There are systems that do not need sunlight. A lot of people thinking, if they don't have sunlight, what are they managed by? Through the darkness. No, there are other forms of light, not just starlight. I'll get there. So back to the Astros Council, this council receives the order and begins planning a new system, whatever it may be. Then we have the council. I'm not going to call it the War Council here, no, because we don't have wars, we don't visualize wars. So the name of this council is the Council of the Order. This council is responsible for maintaining order in the universe. It is this council that creates the weapons, that creates the ships, that creates all the machinery so that we can keep the universe in balance. There are already a lot of people here thinking, whoa! You create weapons, but how? My brothers, I will ask just one question, do you not have weapons? Didn't you create weapons? Today you have weapons capable of bringing down a ship, and what are we going to do? Watching from the sidelines, watching our soldiers die by your weapons? So yes, we have to have weapons to fight, to protect ourselves. And be sure of this, unfortunately your universe is in constant battle, because the universe is not just made up of beings of light. If it were practically we wouldn't have a role. Yes, I say we, because you can imagine that I belong to this council. I am one of the generals of this council. Now let one thing be very clear, we are not going to give up, we are going to create a war. No, there is no invasion, there is no dominance. Not from us. Our weapons are exclusively for defense. We would never attack a planet, or a star, whatever, or we would not be part of our Father or Mother God. So there is no plan to attack anywhere. We just observe and when necessary, then we attack, but this is almost rare. Very well, another piece of advice, it is the council of souls, but not the council of life that creates these souls. It is the council of souls, where their Akashic records are kept. This council is responsible for the Akasha of the universe. There are the Akashic masters, who take care of each soul in this universe, and from this information it is possible to know exactly how many are in the entire universe, what goes on inside each soul. There is no barrier between a soul and its Akashic master. She can be imprisoned for as long as she is, the connection with the Akashic master is never eliminated, nor blocked. Exactly so that he can know everything that soul is going through. So I can tell you that this council is one of the biggest we have, because you can imagine the number of souls that exist in this universe. If there are already billions of you here on a single planet, imagine the entire universe. And it is from there, from this information from each of the souls, that all the planning takes place. It is from there that balance is achieved. I wouldn't be able to explain how here, but I'll just tell you that through this information we know exactly where the universe is out of balance. Because, if we have a large group of souls in a given location, all emanating the same thing, a red alert goes off, very similar to what you have there on Earth. We stay alert. There is a big imbalance there. So something has to be done. So this is how everything that happens on your planet, and on all others, is brought to us. It is through this information, which is updated within your time, second by second. Are computers processing this information? Of course not, this is all energy, just that, energy. And the sum of these energies is what gives us the exact vision of what is happening and where. There are other smaller councils, such as organization councils. Yes, we have to organize ourselves, plan, where things will happen. It's like a big map, in which the council is focused on knowing exactly where everything is. There you have information on the smallest particle in this universe mapped and catalogued. These are the main pieces of advice that exist. Little by little I will talk a little more about the functions of each one. So I think that for today there is enough for you to think about, for you to analyze. Think about it. Everything is very grand. Everything is immense. But everything is done for balance. Unfortunately we couldn't balance it 100%, because, you know why. There is the opposite of all this, which one day I will explain to you, how this all came about. How evil, what we call evil and you call it, originated. Since our Father or Mother God is pure love, evil was not born of him. So wait for the next classes. I am Archangel Michael. I am here, always ready, to help each of you broaden your horizons.